Afternoon. Wherever you find yourselves in this weird world we live in, welcome to Orlando Ascended, the mage venue. When last we left off, Clea was in a bit of a pickle, Damien was on his way, and Mina was Mina. So, we will be resuming the scene from where Clea had her rather unfortunate turn of events happen to her. Currently, Clea, Damien are standing in a empty lot in pouring rain as Damien has just arrived on the scene to find Clea looking somewhat distraught. The scene now begins.
He's trying to catch his breath. He sprinted like a fucking madman to get to her. I'm here. What happened? And he's looking around.
Clea is pretty much sitting on the ground with her knees to her face pretty much and like trying to remain calm, but she's not calm at all. She's like crying, she's shaking, she's not well.
Uh, Damien decides to first of all open an umbrella, which he produces from out of his leather satchel, and starts unbuckling his cloak because at least for the next 2 hours it should offer some protection from the rain. Plus, she's probably a little bit cold.
To be fair, she's wearing her jacket, so I don't know
Ah,
if
okay.
it's necessary.
Well, fair enough. He in that case he'll just squat down beside her and give her some more rain protection, and is just trying to get a look if there's anything out of the ordinary with her apart from her emotional state.
If I remember correctly, I wasn't injured, at least not physically. But I did have that hard reboot.
Hey, homie, what's up? He looks clearly worried.
I can't. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going on.
You can't. Sounds almost as if you are having a quad bike moment.
Worse. Well, I don't know if it's worse, but I don't know. Something was driving me. And then I don't know, there was this lady here, but that's all I can say. But I can't. I have to go. And she
Some
will get up and start like you know do the thing like you're dusting yourself off
Yeah,
because she's full of mud and shit.
yeah. Damien just looks at her very hard, gives her a very slow nod, and goes, "Hey, at the very least." He produces the necklace that he normally has around and goes, "I've got the feeling you'll need this more than I do," and he'll put it around your neck. It is,
No. I I I I I don't. I have a thing. I have a thing. I don't know if it will help, but I have a thing. Thanks, but you need it too.
okay,
I just,
he puts it back on.
I just need to. I need to do a thing. And she will look at her phone, which does not have a battery, but she still looks at it. She'll put it in her pocket and starts walking away back towards the White Wolf where her bike is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get on your bike and you go to the location. Um, that the house has been destroyed. The property is singed and still a little bit, you know, kind of dark looking, but nonetheless, it's everything's there. You dig through the area that you were told about, and you do find a little bit of ash that resembles that was once maybe a human heart.
Well, I'm gonna put gloves on and I'm going to put in a cardboard box
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna seal it up.
You do so.
And then I'm going to wait to see where I'm supposed to take this and
Well, you have the address where you're supposed to take it.
oh, then I need to plan accordingly. So the address that I got, what kind of place is that?
Well, first things first. Do you take the box off the property?
I'm still on the property. I just
I know
in order to plan the next, I need to know what.
it's
what
it's a
to find.
warehouse district.
Okay. So it's am I to assume that there aren't many people around there?
It's kind of a kind of a low budget district, if you will.
Okay. Well, I have another question. I'm assuming I will be doing an exchange there with the dude, right?
That's what it sounded like, anyway.
Mm, would I be able to have a road prepared so that I could use it after I
No,
know I can escape? Nope.
no, because you have to declare roads beforehand, and you would need time to suspend a magic.
Mm. Oof, I don't know how to do this. I know what I want to do, but I don't know how.
I'm just curious.
Um,
Do you head to the district out of curiosity?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Hold on a moment. I need to roll something.
Oh, fuck my life.
Okay. You proceed onward to a very dark and depressing street with warehouses and metal shops, facilities, somewhat not much active traffic due to the storm. And you see the address, a big old abandoned, looks like an old steel factory.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you wish to proceed?
I'm gonna look around. And when I say look around, I mean look.
Roll me
So,
arete.
yeah.
Yeah, roll me arete, and then roll me your perception, whichever you like.
What difficulty would that be here?
Uh, if you're just doing a sight, 3.
Okay. Okay. 2 successes.
That's enough. You look around with your spheres. You can see entropy and primal patterns. It doesn't actually look like anyone's really here. There's a lot of primal energy coming from this storm. But other than that, there's nothing that really sticks out as off to you.
Is there
Do you
anything?
have correspondence?
No.
Okay.
Is there anything that would indicate that Chris is there?
No, but your phone rings.
Oh shit. He'll pick it up.
Clea,
Yeah.
you all right? What the hell happened?
What?
I
Yeah.
uh, I stepped into a void and I wound up in Michigan. What in the hell happened?
Aren't you kidnapped?
No, I'm fine.
Oh
I stepped I,
shit.
s- I stepped into a void space. I think I'm in
Uh,
Michigan. I'm trying to get back to you now using a ritual here with one of the local chantries.
oh shit. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'm not doing so well. I took a bit of paradox there. Not feeling so good, but I'm all
Well,
right.
I think I walked into a trap. In fact, I'm
Fuck.
sure I have. And shit.
Clea,
Yeah.
you feel a massive explosion. You don't see it and you can barely hear it, but if you've ever been in an area that has had a big explosion or a demolition or something like that, you can feel it in the earth, and even through the thunder and rain and lightning, you feel that. As do you, Damien. Mina, since you're in the Chantry, you would not, but Damien and Clea would.
Mina has earphones on.
I
Um,
fuck. I would like to try and oh fuck. How do you hide from a fucking maid? God damn it. Oh shit. I only have cloaking one. God damn it. Uh, there goes my fucking plan. Okay, let's see. Fuck. Hmm. So I'm still on the phone, right?
Yeah.
I'm still looking around. Anything else changing while I'm on the phone?
Nope.
Hmm.
You notice a little bit of entropy strands around the box that you have.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. So here's what happened. Something happened and I had to, like, reboot myself or something like that. And then the bad guy from the library called me and he said he had you and that he would kill you if I don't bring him the thing from the house.
Shit. Okay. Hold
He
on.
even put you on the phone and said you had a broken jaw.
Yeah, but voices can be manipulated through forces. Hang on. I'll be near your location in 5 minutes. I think Xavier has a door there somewhere.
Okay. 5 minutes. Fuck. Ugh. Okay.
5 minutes go by.
Damien tries to call her, especially after the explosion, if for nothing else, like, where are you? Are you alive? That sort of thing.
Yeah, she'll pick up. Call me.
Are you alive? I heard the explosion.
I mean, I think so. Uh, sorry,
If it's a fucking hostage situation, just keep in mind they might still kill whoever the hell they might be
well,
holding against you.
apparently it's not, but I think I walked into a trap.
Then why don't you try to move away? A moving target is harder to get.
Cause I don't know if they know I'm here, and if they know I'm here, what if they shoot a fucking bazooka on me? I mean,
Ah,
okay, and I'm waiting for my babysitter to come get me. Apparently,
oof.
he stepped into some kind of portal thing, and he's now like in Michigan or something.
Ah,
That's
yeah,
far.
some distortion trap, maybe. I don't know. I don't take it that you would be able to tell me where on earth you are. I'd rather be at your side and give whoever is trying to hurt you a good kicking.
I think it's a steel factory. Uh,
Uh,
yeah. Well, I can tell you the address. I'll actually tell
please
you the
do.
address.
Okay. As soon as Damien has the address, he'll try to wave down
Yeah, Damien.
a
Yeah, Damien.
taxi.
You're
Sorry.
you're able to get there. You're able to get there pretty quick. Actually, right about the same time you show up is when you see Chris come running down the opposite alleyway with both of his guns out, kind of covering windows and whatnot. Says, "I'm here. What the hell happened?"
Well, we were at the bar, and then something made me go out of the bar, and I couldn't control myself, and I was walking into this place, and there was a stick that was sticking out, and I was walking right into it, and there was this
Mm-hmm.
dude. I think that was the killing dude that was
Mm-hmm.
talking to me in my head, and then I shut my brain down so I wouldn't walk on the thing because I didn't want to tell him anything. And then there was a lady there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Damien, it's about this time that you can arrive.
Yeah, he's coming. He has got his axe ready to attack anything that looks even vaguely threatening until he sees Chris and he just lowers his axe. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Yeah, yeah. Clear just. I don't know what the hell happened, but there is foul play going on,
Well,
and he's looking
yeah,
around.
because I was like, okay, there was this lady there, and she was talking to the dude, I think, because I wasn't there 100%. But anyway, when when I was up again and I was wondering where you are, my phone rang, and no, I think I called you, yeah, and someone else picked up and said you're not there or you're not available, so I hang it up, and then they called me back, and it was the dude from the
Right, right.
library.
Okay,
Frost.
I,
Yeah.
I I know what happened. He intercepted your phone call. Okay, yeah. We'll just have to put some fail safes on the phones now.
By the way, what do you have in your hand? And Damien looks at the box.
It's the thing from the house. We need to do
What
something
thing?
with it. The thing you stabbed.
The heart.
Well, what's left of it anyway.
I'm actually surprised anything is left. Okay.
So how the fuck do you get rid of this? Can you like open a portal to hell or something so I can drop it in?
Uh, well, if we ask our fallen acquaintances nicely, they just might do that.
What's Clea? What's in the box? I don't see anything.
What?
Damien activates his sights. In this case, he'll be looking for prime and entropy.
What do I
Right.
see with mine?
Well, you guys see some entropy, but does anyone here have correspondence?
No.
Okay. Well, Chris is going to point out there's correspondence threads on that thing.
Oh, we are fucked.
Do you open the box?
I'm gonna put the box on the ground and I'm gonna like try to open it very, very carefully.
Yeah, that's easy enough. You open the box, there's nothing there but a piece of paper.
What does the paper say?
Thanks for the heart. Signed, Deacon.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a pig sow, Damien says in good old-fashioned German.
What do we do?
Okay. First of all, I would say regroup, and okay. He obviously wanted those remains of the heart very, very badly. If you went all the way to, did I understand it correctly? He hijacked your shell, as in, that part of your body that is cybernetic.
I don't think he did that. I think the other dude did that.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, but I don't think he hijacked my cybernetic parts. I think he hijacked my, uh, you know, uh, organic parts. I think. I don't know how this works, man. I just know that I was walking into the stick, and I had to like zap my brain pretty much in order to, you know. Well,
Hmm.
see, it's very useful to have cybernetics in your eyeball because you can zap your brain if need be. I hope it doesn't leave
Yeah.
any permanent damage there. I wouldn't need any more of that.
So exactly that happened to you. What I feared could happen to me in certain. Mm, he just nods his head, and at that point he just goes to you and gives you a hug and just says, "God damn it, you gave me such a fright, but I'm
I'm
so glad
sorry,
that you're
homie.
okay.
But
I'm just
how
okay."
though? How did this happen? I have the mind thingy on. I
It
should be
it
able to
must have
just take it for a
avoided.
ride.
It must have avoided the mind or used something completely different to do whatever that. Ah, sorry, Chris. Could could I bother you to drop us off at our place? Uh, I think trying to discuss that in the middle of the street might be and he looks around,
I
unwise.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we
Here.
should. I think we should talk with the serious dude. I think he's gonna be mad.
The serious dude. Have you given him a number?
Yeah. Number. 1 sec. Yeah, he's number 32.
Oh, Xavier, you mean?
Yeah, that dude.
God damn it! I'm starting to remember the people you refer to more to.
Yeah, I can.
Anyway,
I can get us there. There's a thing over here. Come on, follow me.
yes,
And
please.
you eventually follow him over to a kind of like this weird looking garage. And when you step in, you feel yourselves cross through a threshold, and then do any of you resist the correspondence effect?
Question:
Negative.
Can I roll my bike through it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go in. I'm not gonna resist it.
Okay, that's going to cause a little bit of a distortion here. Would Damien and Clea both roll me a Dex Athletics?
Oof. Uh, Standard diff.
Yes.
To will agile specialty
Yes.
apply?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then 3.
Okay. Yeah, that face claim, Saskia, always makes me want to throw your character into a horde of zombies and just have you fight them.
I mean, I am more than happy
Two
to fight
successes.
the horde out of my way.
Well, I will be doing a Halloween event. So keep me posted on that, because stay tuned. Anyway, Clea, Damien, you're okay. You get thrown through the portal, but you manage to catch yourselves. Bike kind of goes boom, boom. And Mina.
Mina,
You are currently in the I don't want to say cafeteria, but just like kind of lounge area of the Hermetic place. And you see Chris, Clea, and Damien and a motorcycle come through one of the gap holes that the Hermes chantry has, kind of linked around the city.
does that
And
interrupt
and the
voice?
bike. Say what? No, this
Does
does not
this-
disrupt the wards, because everything that they had was given permission to come in. So
Okay. Mina, raise an eyebrow. She gets up.
He just raises a hand and he just looks a bit tired.
Mina looks like someone who just see motorcycle come through a wall. How can I help? Welcome to the Hermetic Chantry.
It's good to be here. Yes, we had a faux hostage situation.
Yeah. Where is your dude guy?
That would be Professor or Dr. Xavier, one of the two. Pardon if I can't remember the specifics.
Please be seated. I will see if Dr. Xavier is free.
Clee's gonna look over at her bike to see if there are any damages.
Thank you, Mina.
Mina goes near Xavier, the leader of the Hermetic Chantry. As in her mind, she is like correcting herself. You're muted, by the way, Brandon.
Attempt number 3. Hello.
Welcome back, Saskia.
welcome back.
Thank you. I'm now annoyed in and out of characters. It's gonna be fun.
Mina goes near Dr. Xavier and basically states that he has three individuals who wish to visit him. Clea from Eats Rights, Dr. Damien Wolf from Dual Tradition, and someone named, I think it was Mr. Chris from Order of Hermes.
Indeed.
Should I bring them here?
No need. I'll be down. I got a little phone call from a couple scouts, and I'm up to date on most of the situation.
She nods.
Ugh. He eventually comes walking in. The door opens on its own.
Mina is behind Xavier.
He says, "Huh, and only a month before the duels." Right. It appears the wards we put on some of your phones have been broken. Our opponent is a lot more clever than we originally thought. Well, Yes, we'll have to put new ones up. We'll have to double check our current security. Might be broken.
I take it you know what happened then?
Yes.
Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. Nonetheless, I think it's about time we all had a little conversation about what to do about Mr. Jack. Meet me in the attendance room.
Yes, sir.
Mina, my dear, would you go ahead and just send out a basic message to those that you have contact with, saying that we're about to have a little bit of a meeting? I have hired a little bit of help from an associate who is now dead, unfortunately. So let's see if she's willing to help us. Oh, he won't be missed, but he was a resource.
Mina will nod and smile and say, "Of course." And she will reach to those who has interest in helping Order of Hermes and the magi of the traditions of the city in the problem that we know as the Jack the Ripper. And Cyro will be among those people who she asks for help.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cyril, go ahead and make your past lives roll, and then you have been
Yes.
contacted by the Order of Hermes for a potential job.
Huh. How much do I get for it? No, she'll show up. Don't worry. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
gonna make it
no,
more
don't worry.
complicated.
He's gonna. Now, is Cyrio aware of what has happened to Scishow?
Absolutely not.
Oh boy.
No,
Okay.
she just knows that he left because
Oh boy.
he's not here.
Okay.
No one
So,
has informed me, so my character doesn't know what I know. So
all
past
right.
lives, is that actually with something in front of it or is it just past lives?
Just past lives for right now.
Okay, that is fine. I will roll them. That is 2 successes.
Excellent. You're all right. You don't
Cool.
explode. Yeah.
I mean,
So
it
yeah,
may happen.
no worries. You're summoned by Xavier, who you know to be the leader of the Order of Hermes Chantry here in Orlando,
Mhm.
and he has offered you a kind of job, if you will. And since Sideshow's not around to say no, no one else is around to say no, you feel like, hey, this is my job. Maybe I should, go check it
I
out.
mean, as far as she's concerned, is that she's at this point responsible for at least the presence of the Akashiana in like the city.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll show up. The past life successes that I have will go into my martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Now she would wait until she's actually in a safe place to speak to inquire after the nature of this thing.
Okay.
So yeah, she will arrive.
Indeed, you are escorted to the Order of Hermes meeting room. The room is very secure, as you can see by the extremely complex wards on the outside of the room. And you all arrive in the meeting room. Xavier will be there momentarily, but you may all discuss things amongst yourselves for a moment.
Mina welcomes Sayuro. She gets up and extends a hand immediately when she arrives.
And Saito will nod both Mina and Damien, with whom she's had a at least decently pleasant conversation. Will shake their hands.
Does Sario look Japanese? For those who do know the difference.
Yes, she does, I believe.
Well, in that case, she'll get a polite, if not terribly deep, bow from Damien. He has etiquette too, after all.
Saito actually has etiquette 3, so, there you go.
Mina looks strange when he bows, but he doesn't say anything.
He
Yeah,
just
Clea rolls her eyes at that.
Damien just gives Mina a look and says, "Well, we like to shake hands. They like to bow. It's a
Quick
politeness thing."
question. Is Clea rolling her eyes at the bow or at Mina?
At the situation in general.
Okay. Saito will just spit in front of Clea. We'll start to ignore her completely now.
Mina raises an eyebrow. Let's not have conflict in the Hermetic Chantry, please.
It's at this point that Xavier walks in. Welcome attendees. Everyone, please take a seat.
Sits down, gets a notebook out, ready
Same.
to take notes.
So we have moved up our elimination of our little friend Jack the Ripper to one night's time. Or I should say 2 nights' time. And I have hired a bit of outside help. Miss Cyrio, you will be aiding us if you so wish to do. Jack has wronged you and your master. I assume this will not be a conflict of interest for paying you to help eliminate it.
No. I do not mind eliminating someone.
Excellent. Then I suppose we should start going over the overall plan, so to speak. And he goes into a detailed description of how, once again, 2 teams, kind of similar to how you guys did the house. Except this time, basically, since Jack has not been able to hide thanks to Mina's efforts, basically it's going to be a lot more kind of a full frontal assault than the house was, so to speak. If Jack is there and we can find him and the stuff ensues, then it will be pretty direct and forward. He goes over about how many mages are going to be helping out. In terms of out of character purposes, this will basically be. I'll post it when I can. I'll probably try and run it Monday or Tuesday, and it's basically just going to be, depending upon what happens, it'll be a combat scene. So it will be quite a bit nasty, but he gives you kind of that rundown. So what I'm going to let you guys do now is, basically, from what is understood, Jack is holed up in this warehouse with a shitload of wards, like really, really ridiculous wards. So the powerful mages are going to attempt to break the wards, and the other team is going to go in and basically confront Jack. And since Jack has wards on himself anyway, and there will probably be some assistance from some other characters who Xavier has not told you for some odd reason. And basically that's the gist of the plan. It's a little bit more detailed than that, but that's just the Cliff Note version. And then you guys can have a moment to talk amongst yourselves about how you might want to do this. So go ahead.
So who's proficient with what?
You should choose a leader before we do this mission.
Agreed.
Xavier kind of looks. He's like, Chris will probably be leading you in. In terms of proficiency, Chris is very good with firearms and entropy magic. also very good with forces. I believe Mr. Damien knows how to use that sword and axe quite well. Mina here is very proficient in the combat arts and is also taking quite a bit of a mastery to the sphere of correspondence. Clea is also good with firearms and a bit of hand-to-hand. What are your specialties, Savio?
I am semi-proficient in the martial arts, but only semi.
Spears are you proficient in?
Life, entropy. No, that's it. I believe.
I will be boosting the team. I may not be a fighter, but those who goes in, I will boost them with forces, correspondence.
My two strongest fears are entropy and life. So not only can I heal myself, but I can heal others. However, please keep in mind, if your wound is particularly severe of a supernatural quality, I can heal it, but I will be racking up paradox relatively quickly.
Sire, you said you have entropy and life.
To the level that I can heal myself.
The second tier, then.
The did she said she is proficient with martial arts?
Semi-proficient was what she said.
Hmm. Would you use a glaw, and I'm sure you would have a combat boots. Would you mind those if I give you some?
If I have them in advance so I can walk around in it and with it a little bit, there is no point in trying to sneak in somewhere if you stomp around because you're not used to your shoes. No offense, I hope.
No, no offense taken. I will give it to you as soon as possible. I OOC, if it's like Monday or Tuesday, it needs to be happening like early my time for me to join the scene. If I can't join the scene, I will just boost the team and not join
Either
the
way,
scene.
yeah. On
I mean-
anyone who can't make the scene Monday or Tuesday, depending upon when I run it here, I'm still not entirely sure because my plans are.
I will
Okay,
not be able to do anything on Tuesday.
That's okay. I'll shoot for Monday. Like I said, out of character, any declarations you guys wish to do to aid the scene, you may do. Just either PM them to me or put them on a blue book. But particularly, I'd prefer the PM. So Saskia, if for whatever reason you can't make it, just PM it to me of how you're going to help, what your character wants to do. Same thing to Amada-chan. Just let me know what you guys will do, and I'll throw that into the scene when it starts, and we'll be good. So yeah. In terms of supplies, any supplies like combat boots, basic armor and weapons, that can all be supplied to you by the order. So if you guys need anything,
Yeah, Damien will actually raise his hand and say, if anyone can give me some form of firearm, may it be, well, in my case, probably a one-handed one would be the best. How should I say, I'm actually a better shot than I am a sword fighter, but let's just say in Dublin, they were very tight on the firearms regulations.
What kind of gun would you like? What kind of one-handed pistol would you like? Any particular calibers or brands?
At this point, I'm pretty much taking whatever the hell I can get, but I would say I can handle heavy revolvers, but I could also handle your standard Glock. I even have a few roads that I could use on the bullets and see that they bite a little harder.
All right. He will give you a snub-nosed revolver 38 special.
That'll do the trick. I can have this in one hand and keep Coward's Bane in the other. Thank you.
Excellent. Unfortunately, here, sir, I think we addressed the elephant in the room.
I think it's good to call the
Yes.
blue-haired lady that.
No, it's not Clea we're talking about.
Ah.
It's actually not anyone in the room, I should say. Sario, are you aware of what has happened to Saisho?
As far as I'm aware, he has left the city temporarily. Is there some information I have not received?
I regret to inform you that Saisho and a few others entered into a conflict.
I am not surprised. He does that
The
regularly.
the surrounding area. Well, to make a long story short, the building they were in exploded. There has been no word from Saisho or from my other contacts, from what I understand, of the others who were involved in the incident.
Sharp intake of breath.
I'm gonna have to roll a certain flaw I have, which is called the Berserker flaw.
Right.
This-
By the way, Sario, what is your current willpower at?
My current willpower is at 7, because I've not spent any.
Okay, he's going to spend some quintessence.
I do have the Iron Will merits.
Yep.
No. Let me see. For Berserker Flaw, do I have that listed somewhere? No, fuck, I have not. That is stupid. Do
Willpower
you know?
difficulty 8.
Thank you, dear.
It's always nice to have Mina the encyclopedia.
I love Bush for it.
So that's what happened when the ground was shaking?
We think so.
Discord is being slow.
That he was
We're st-
caught in the blood. How? What?
We're not entirely sure what happened. More information is going to come soon, but we're not sure.
That was one mighty explosion. I could feel it from where I was.
Oh. Let's see how this roll's gonna go. That's a fail.
Okay.
She's the creams for murder.
The moment
I apologize.
no, the moment she does that, Xavier is going to raise his staff and point it right at you, Sario. Oh, it just barely goes off. Oh shit, he's got 8 fucking dice. It just barely goes off. What the fuck? Okay, Sario, you are amassed with rage, and you want to kill something, and then you find yourself rather forcibly calming. Your vision stops blurring, and your rage subsides. Rather strangely, because you do remember some of your previous Berserker rages, and they haven't ended this well.
I mean, remember is a big word, because, you know. That's
Well, let's put it
Corey
this
Best.
way. Let's put it this way. You saw the aftermath of what happened, so you assume that something happened.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, here you feel yourself get lost. You lose yourself into the rage and the mind, and then poof, you're back. You haven't moved from that spot.
Okay.
Did the rest of us notice anything?
You saw her get like just this look of anger. You saw Xavier raise his staff and point it at her, and then she just like boom, went back into her very calm and composed, if not a little bit maybe confused looking self.
Okay, so Clea is looking between Xavier and Sayro, and he turns to Xavier and is like, "Oh, what happened just now?"
She got mad. She lost her friend.
As I said, it is not confirmed whether he is dead or alive. All I know is what happened. More information is coming. I am sorry, Sario. Perhaps he is alive, perhaps he is not. We don't know.
If there's anything I can do, Syra, please let me know. I am skilled in correspondence. If you have items that belongs to him, maybe I can try to track him down.
I have an entire house full of stuff.
By the way, Sario,
Mhm. Yes.
are you guys going to continue the conversation? Or are you guys going to go about your ways and get ready and start preparing for the next few nights?
A little bit more conversation. Damien definitely wants to get one or two words in with Mina before,
Sure
hurrying
thing.
off.
Go ahead and let me know when you guys are going to split because I will have something for Sario and I'll have something for Mina. So go ahead.
Sure
Sorry.
thing. It's okay. Okay. In anyway, as things have calmed down a little bit, Damien will just calmly walk over to Mina and tap her on the shoulder and basically say, "Could I quickly see you under Four Eyes?"
Please, let's go.
So they'll just shuffle off to another room, still within shouting distance, but a little bit thing. Okay. Okay, yes.
What happened?
It seems some entity had managed to get control over Clear's body. Now, if it was the Cybertronics or if it was biological, I don't know, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that it was a Cybertronics.
She's like looking at it like she can't believe what she just heard. I must be hearing this wrong. I'm sorry. Did you just say like someone was controlling Clea?
Clea told me that someone had been able to basically take over her shell, if you catch my drift, and that her mind was basically in the back seat and a bit out of control until she managed to, and those were her words, reboot. I frankly don't know how what I should do with that. I'm a bit at a loss. I'm an archaeologist, not a cybernetics expert.
So, just to hear this again. Someone controlled her, and then she somehow managed to earn her consciousness back, and now she's in the other room.
Yes.
Mina pulls her around and goes to the other room.
Oh, fuck, and Damien follows her.
She looks at Clea. Uh, Clea, you see Mina has a wand in her hand and she is like looking a bit like worried and says, Clea, I would like to check you with mind sight.
What exactly do you want to check?
To make sure you are yourself.
I mean, if I wasn't myself, I would be walking straight into a fucking pole, because apparently, when I'm not controlling myself, I'm suicidal or something.
I was told that you were not yourself and you were controlled by something else. This is not a risk I can take.
How was she controlled?
I have no idea. But if she's controlled from distance, that may be mind and correspondence. If you have still a connection through someone, I can see those connections.
Well, I don't, because there was this lady there and she broke it.
Indeed, Mina. If you choose to look at her patterns
Mhm.
of correspondence to mind, whatever foreign mind or correspondence patterns were inside there, they indeed have been severed.
Mina, like, the Clea sees, like, Mina does her magic anyway when she says, like, does this happen to me? It's severed, but Mina just does it anyway to see, and then she says, yes, you're
Well,
right.
if you're going to look into my mind, it won't be that easy if I don't allow it.
I'm not looking at your mind, I'm looking
Okay.
at mind, sight, and correspondence.
Okay.
So she kind of narrows her eyes and like her eyes shine for a bit. You know that she did cast to see certain things. And then she says, you're right, your connections are severed. There's, it's only you now.
Oh, Damien takes a deep breather.
Well, I still need to run a diagnostic on my eye.
And and then Damien thinks just a sec. Wait, to be on the safe side, could you do the same thing on the tattoo I acquired recently? Well, that was put upon me by God's knows.
You
And he
mean me?
starts unwrapping it.
Oh
You
yeah,
mean
the tattoo.
Yeah, the Eye of Horus. I just want to be on the safe side that, this is not being used as some sort of way to spy on us. Sorry I didn't think of it earlier. Everything was going so fast.
Mina, again, this time activates life, mind, and the correspondence too to see if there's any connections to anywhere. And Prime as well. Prime makes sense. To the Eye of Horus.
Are you doing an observation?
Yes, I'm basically checking the with sites and the correspondence to effect to see if there's any connections to outside magical, like life, mind, or prime, because those three can be
That
used.
is actually a very clever thing you're doing when using correspondence in combination with spirit and prime.
I don't have spirit
Sometimes
though. I don't have spirit.
I know I know I'm giving a
Mhm.
little lesson.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes when correspondence is used with spirit and prime, sometimes things can be tracked with almost no effort whatsoever. However, this tends to be very, very difficult because of a certain thing. And that is, if you imagine the tapestry like a web of spider, like a strand of spider webs,
Mhm.
with each and every possibility, entropy, life, mind, like all of the spheres combined, each one holding its unique type. Prime and spirit make up the majority of all strands. And when you look through with prime and spirit, to try and connect those webbings is very difficult. Even with correspondence, it is a very difficult process. If you have mind and entropy, you can do this a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
You will literally need to put yourself into a meditative stance to use mind and entropy to help almost decode it, so to speak. However, you have stumbled upon a very, very helpful tool when combining correspondence with certain other spheres, in this case,
Mm-hmm.
time. You do manage to locate the essence. However, it becomes scattered and wild very quickly. And there are two things you can do. If you wish to continue to follow it, you will be able to do so with some more ritual rolls and tracking, or you may leave it as is.
Mina will leave it as is at the moment.
Okay.
Because she will say, Damien, this will require of my full attention. I will
I
invite my
see.
family and maybe do a big ritual about this.
I see.
But I also need entropy. Someone who is not you needs to cast entropy. And someone who is not you who needs to be able to cast entropy, that person needs to believe the world in a way that I believe. So I will check with the other hermetics. Or maybe ask help from my own family.
I
I
mean,
see.
probably my babysitter may have it.
I will ask him as well then. Maybe, hopefully, he sees the world as I see.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least I know a little bit more now. Good.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, Clea, I would like to do something I probably should have done the moment I walked into your house. I would like to check for any signs of cursing or blessing. Well, in our case, more cursing. If somebody has put a curse upon you.
I mean, I'm not the owner. You do whatever you want
Yeah,
to.
you can you can pretty much run that down, Damien. I'll go ahead and speed it up a bit, but yeah, you don't find anything like that.
Okay, he does the whole tohuvabohu with his bronzicle, checking through blah, basically halfway dancing around you, doing the checking, and then go, okay, you're clean, good. At least
With,
that.
with all due respect, I would like to go near Professor Xavier. I believe there is something I need to talk with him.
No problem. One last thing. I can't say that I'll have your jacket ready by tomorrow, but I have something that is at least half as powerful as my mantle when it comes to protection that I could lend you.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
It's the least that I can do.
Now that everyone's going their separate ways, Sario, something interesting happens when you get back to the house.
Okay.
You actually, I rolled for this off screen. I rolled a D100.
Oh dear.
There was a one. There was a one.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh dear.
I'm
That's
gonna
pretty
give.
decent on a
I'm
D100s.
I'm gonna give you a interesting scene here.
Okay.
As you're going back to Saisho's Manor,
Mm-hmm.
of all the times, of all the things that could happen, if the planets are aligning, you still feel rage and anger now that you have left the sanctum. You're not in a berserker mode per se, but you're on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
You've discovered some very troubling news. It's at that point, not too far from Saisho's place. You go down a small little alleyway, and a man comes out from around the garbage can. You hear a small click come from his pocket. and he says, "All right, ma'am, everything you have, please."
Lol. Hell no. Hell no. uh, um. Yeah. Okay. I really think she's not gonna even talk to this guy. This guy's just gonna get a move in the face.
So what do you do?
Give me a moment. I
Mm.
am going to give him a. I think it was a spinning kick. Just need to look up the martial arts stuff. It's not the flying kick. I know there's a spinning kick there. Just need to find it.
Doing a dough maneuver?
No, I don't have Do. I have martial arts.
Oh, just doing a typical maneuver. Okay.
Yeah. No, where is it? It's not that one, although I don't mind doing that one. God, I must be reading
Lethal
over it at least
strike.
10 times. But that's why I'm looking for the spinning kick, because as far as I know. Oh, wait, maybe I can go lower. I can go lower.
Lethal strike.
There it is, the spinning kick. I mean, that's nice, the spinning kick. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna start off with spinning kick. That is Dex plus martial arts. Now,
Mhm.
quick question, because you haven't approved it yet, but I did do my XP for September, and I did take martial arts 4.
Mhm.
Do you allow me to roll the martial arts 4, or do I stick with martial arts 3?
I will allow you to roll martial arts 4 because you were absent at
Okay.
the time. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I have 6 dice on my martial arts, plus my dex. That is.
And then, are you specialized?
Well, I was going to specialize in hardstyle. Naturally, I haven't written it down, but I can assure you that's going to be what I'm going to do. So.
Yeah, you can just specialization maneuvers. That works. No worries.
Okay. Cool.
So you'll gain specialty on this as well.
Nice. That is a lot of ones. That is too many ones. 1, 2, 3 ones. Well, give me a moment. 1, 2, 3. So, do the ones take away from the double successes as well? So if they do,
They only take away 1, so it's going
okay.
to be
Then I have 2
you
successes.
right 2 successes. So he got 2 successes on his dodge.
Okay.
So he's gonna click his gun. He's gonna be like, "What?" He's gonna kind of dive back. You have a magic action before initiative starts.
Magic action. What am I supposed to do with that?
Your Arite.
Okay. Can't really do anything.
Nothing you want to do?
Entropy 2, which I also took for the XP.
Sure thing.
Can I increase his difficulty to hit me?
Oh, yes, you may. You may use disruption. Go ahead and roll Arite. I assume you're using your foci and everything. It says 2 plus 3, that's 5. Reduced down by 2, 3. So Arite diff 3.
Okay. Wow, I am not at my A game. That's a fail on a bot.
Yeah, okay. So you try to go.
A 3, a 1, and a 2. This is amazing.
Magic doesn't quite work. So he's you reach out and you try and distort entropy, but the situation's just too much for you at the moment. And you go to spin kick him, steps back, and he is going to try and fire his gun at you.
Okay. If he does that, I will snake step.
It's 1 hit. What currently is your armor right now?
I'm not wearing armor.
You are not
but
wearing armor.
Basically got a dodge. So can I dodge as well?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Sorry, I was.
No, that's fine. Then I'll use snake step as my dodge. And
You do
I
have
expect the hell
yep,
out of
you have
that.
yep, you have inhuman resource. Yeah, you have inhuman reflexes. You can easily dodge this. Yeah, he goes to draw the gun. He's like, ah. He fires and he just hits the concrete wall that's next to you. You easily dodge.
Mhm.
You're up again.
Okay. I want to keep this fucker alive. So I'm gonna use another spinning kick. Just fuck that dude. Now that's more like it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
All right.
So that is 7 carry over. That is 10. That is 13 dice of bashing. Ones don't take away from damage.
Ones do not take away from damage.
Okay, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bashing.
So he's taking 7 bashing.
He's taking 7 bashing.
So he got 1 soak. So if he'll take 6, he's out. How do you want to do this?
Are you sure you want this in scene?
Go ahead.
Okay. So Saito is going to search this guy now that he's in KO, and is going to try and find something useful like a knife. I mean, she will put on gloves before she actually searches him, though. Don't get me wrong. If he doesn't have a knife, she has knives. That's not a problem. But it's easier to do this with his own knife. It's more fun to do this with his own knife. So does he have one?
He does have one.
Cool. Okay. Then she is going to use basically either his shirt or his pants, probably both, to tie his arms and tie his legs. And she is, since she's rather close to home, she's just going to drag him home to make sure that she won't be interrupted.
Okay. So you are close enough to the home. You easily managed to drag him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I assume you're going in the back way or the front way?
Back.
Okay. You go in
And then
through the back way.
bathroom.
And where are you taking him?
She's going to grab a chair, go to the bathroom, put the chair in the bathtub, put him on the chair, tie him very tightly to the chair, and this is when fun begins.
Okay. So go ahead and tell us what you're going to do, because the person I have who wishes to contact you needs to find you first. So go ahead.
I really hope this was not someone who was sent out to find her, because ouch. Okay, so first she's going to start with waking him up by whipping out one of his nails, basically putting the knife under one of his fingernails and just wiggling until it comes off.
Ah! He screams and he wakes up eventually.
In the moment he opens his mouth, she's just going to put a cloth in there, because I'm not quite sure how free from other houses this house is, and she doesn't want anyone to watch.
There is a forces ward on the outside that prevents noise.
Oh, that's even better in that case. Fuck that fucking cloth in his mouth.
Right. So I assume that there is going to be a lot of brutal torture coming up in this scene.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Just
So
like Saskia buying Torture 1. Justifying torture.
So I will go ahead and pass over that scene, but you can use your imagination, as I assume it will probably be a mess.
Yeah. Why do you think she puts him in a bathtub?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot easier to clean. So eventually, one of the
She will actually ask him why, if this was like random or if he was sent by someone.
Through interrogation, there will be no way for him to really legitimately resist this. He eventually confirms for you that it was just a random mugging. He wanted to, he wanted money. He was told to kind of hang around here because there were wealthy people. As for who told them that you'd be here, he doesn't know. He honestly doesn't know. As for why he did it, yeah, it seemed to be a mugging. But yeah, he was told by someone that there would be wealthy people in this area and that you were one of them, but he does not know who said it. He doesn't remember
can
who
he?
said it.
Okay, so he can't even give like a description: male, female, height, hair color, stuff like that.
Male, black hair, white, very blue eyes, wore a pendant on his neck that was like a triangle kind of thing, an
Okay.
upside down triangle.
Mhm.
Wore kind of a nice black silk suit with black pants and black boots, and that's all he really gets.
Okay. Well, I mean, this guy is just out of luck because he's gonna die anyway, despite all the useful information that he gave. She'll write down all the information though, but this man's
Mhm.
gonna die. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be fast.
Right. So
She's
you
basically
gorge it.
like, this is the insect that you kind of played with when you were a kid, and you like, pulled out all the legs of the insect, which is
Mhm.
something out of character I've never done. I want to make sure of that.
Gotcha.
That is noticed.
Either way, this is World of Darkness.
Mhm.
It's a very dark world. The screams of agony are not heard. You gorge yourself on your instinct and your ravaging. It's not a pretty sight, but in the end, it's what you do. It's what you are. And this man threatened your life and tried to kill you. So there is no remorse for this one.
I mean, he's only human.
You're not entirely sure how much time goes by. But eventually you hear one of the servants or workers come down and knock on your door.
I mean, they are probably used to some bad shit. So,
Oh no, none of the servants here will question anything you do.
yeah. I think Saito is reasonably nice compared to Sideshow.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Mistress
she'll open
Sayo,
the
we have
door.
some troubling news.
Oh, tell me. She's still holding the knife, by the way, and covered in blood.
Yeah, he's speaking through the door and he says, "Our sources tell us that the Lord Saisho is dead."
I see. Do your sources tell you how he died? By whom?
Was one known as Bastion Giovanni. The explosion of their conflict is what I think did them both in, or at the very least, none of our resources can find them. So they are either dead or not of this world anymore.
Does he have family?
We are looking into it. Bastion Giovanni was not one to really have family or connections, but we will check.
Anything you can find.
Of course, both Saisho and his sister have passed. In his will and testament, and in the laws that he has regulated, Mistress Sairo, his holdings are now yours. His business is now yours, and we are now yours.
Of course. Find me that information.
We will do so immediately.
And she will close the door again. And if this poor sucker is still alive, it's gonna be even worse for him.
Alive is a very relative term at this point. Husk is more to would be a more descriptive phrase.
Okay. Well, his skull is gonna be a nice decoration.
Indeed. With that, The scene fades on that dark time, fading away to a small office where Xavier sits awaiting a conversation from Mina.
Mina is prepared a coffee for herself and for Xavier, and she does drop the coffee at his desk, and then she sits as she is summoned.
Thank you, Mina. Come, you wished to speak with me.
The I will. I have an idea that I want to do. It's basically what they did to Clea. They can hear the phone. They can, if they can hear the phone conversation, so can we.
Indeed. And I was thinking about this. What did you have in mind?
We know where he is. We don't know. We can't see inside. But there may be things that goes outside of his house, like radio signals, phone signals. Maybe we can try to trace them down.
We can't. Although I think although we have Jack the Ripper for now, Deacon is going to be a much more difficult target. Jack, well, we discovered some interesting information about Jack. He is no longer the great mage he once was. He is now but a husk, making his intelligence and skills with magic lowered, making him an easier target now. If he had been in his grandeur days, we would never have found him. You did good work, Mina.
Thank you. The I She takes a deep breath and then she says, I'm curious how Sancho died.
He kind of looks. He's like, it was no skin off mine, and he was not a liked person, and I did certainly disagreed with him on many things, but he was a good resource. Nonetheless, things happen. A man who lives in those kind of violent delights will have violent end. Nonetheless, Sario can be worked with, although she is a bit more primitive than Saisho. She can be worked with as well. And she's a bit more respectful than Saisho was. As I said, I am not depressed. If anything, I'm somewhat relieved to see him gone. However, nonetheless, great resource was lost. But no skin off my back, as they say.
She nods. I invited Syra to stay here, if she wishes.
I think she will have her own issues to solve out and will probably be, although helping us the next few nights, she will have a lot to do now that she owns Saisho's business.
I can not respect the work she does, but I respect competency.
Competence is a strength, not a weakness.
I agree. Not a lot of mages has that in this city.
Very well
At
then,
least
Mina.
from what I've seen.
Let us get ready then. And with that, the camera will fade. Go out to the outskirts of Orlando. or you can hear a wolf howling. And the scene will fade to black. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another day in Orlando Ascended. Have a good night.